I've worked with hundreds of high achievers and elite performers, and there is one thing that all of my clients do that totally separates them from their competition. In fact, if you are not doing this one thing, there is no way that you're living to your potential. And this doesn't mean that you have to be an Olympian or a CEO. This is true for whatever your goals are in life. Yes, I work with Olympians and CEOs on this, but I also work with the small business owner or the stay-at-home mom or the college athlete on these same fundamentals. Because wanting the most out of our lives is universal, and anyone can do it, including you. Now, the secret weapon is called the mental workout, and it'll take you about a minute per day. If you will commit to this 1 minute per day, you will be primed to attack your day with more motivation, focus, and confidence. And you will leave behind so much unnecessary stress, anxiety, and self-doubt. My colleague, Dr. Jason Selk, developed the mental workout as he was finishing graduate school. And as he tells it, he was outside on his deck one day preparing for his comprehensive exam, COMPS. It's the big culminating exam for his doctorate. It's basically a 40-hour week of testing. Now, this is one of those things where they can ask you about anything that you've studied, and everything is fair game. So in preparation for this, he was literally surrounded by all of the most current research on sport and performance psychology. And he talks about having a little bit of a light bulb moment as he stopped what he was doing, what he was preparing for, and put together the mental workout, which is now regarded as one of the most effective tools for developing mental toughness in athletes and beyond. In fact, the first book that he wrote, called 10-Minute Toughness, which details this mental workout for athletes, is on pace to be the best-selling sports psychology book of all time. Now, over the years, I've become more of a sports fan. A big part of my coaching involves working with elite athletes. So a couple years ago, I was watching a documentary on Netflix called The Quarterback. It's with Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and some other guy. And it was good. It gives you a backstage look at what they do on a daily basis to perform at the highest level. You know, you see their routines, their training, how they balance their family life, and everything that you would expect from some of the best athletes in the world. There's this intense narrator. My husband and I would watch it at night. He would be excited to start it once the kids went to bed. But something about it just was rubbing me the wrong way. And I couldn't explain it yet. And I would say to my husband, "I'm not ready to articulate what it is about this that's bothering me, but just something isn't sitting right." People were texting me, knowing what I do, and asking me, "Have you seen that? You would love it." So I thought about it, and I'm like, I gotta figure this out. I'm a little worried about it. Again, this is what I do. I coach people and athletes on achieving these extreme levels of success. And I'm a little worried that I'm questioning the value of what I do for athletes. So I sat with it for a few days, and I went back to my husband, and I was like, I figured it out. It's not about the athletes. I love working with, coaching, witnessing the feats and that fight for human achievement. And this documentary did an excellent job following that and showing that. But what bothered me was, where's the intense narrator in the documentary following the mom, following the healthcare professionals, following the teachers, following the business owners, following the you fill in the blank? Sports is entertainment. You know, athletes get a lot of glory. It's fun. It's intense. We can watch someone handle pressure in real time, or we can watch someone exude mental toughness or collapse under pressure. But keep in mind that your life is more important than a Super Bowl. Your happiness, your success, the impact that you have on the world through your business or your personal life or your relationships are more important than a World Series. Now, the reality is that the sports world is so far ahead of the business world in terms of mental preparation. But why reserve these tools for athletes that are proven, both in the research and in my experience with our clients, to be so effective, in fact, that if you're not using them, there is no way you're performing to your potential? So this mental workout is designed for you. It takes about 100 seconds, and it's going to become an important part of your game plan each day. Mental workouts are the most effective method of making sure you are mentally ready to attack and win on a daily basis. So there are 5 steps to the mental workout. The first step is called the centering breath. Now, when a person goes into competition or performance, the normal response is that the heart rate elevates. Now keep in mind that we're performing all day long. A presentation, an irritating phone call, a morning meeting, watching our kids play soccer, that's performance. And the body's natural response is for the heart to race. When the heart rate elevates, it sends a signal from the brain to send cortisol into the bloodstream. And this sets off that fight or flight response. And we all know what this feels like. And the number one technique to combat this is the centering breath. The centering breath helps you control the heart by breathing in a way that gets air into the diaphragm. Now the numbers to remember here are 6, 2, 7. You breathe in for 6 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, and breathe out for 7 seconds. When you breathe in for 6, hold for 2, and out for 7, you get air into the diaphragm, which has a physiological effect of slowing down the heart rate. So let's practice. I'll count, you do the breathing. Here we go. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 1, 2, and out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. Now, step 2 of this mental workout is called the identity statement. The identity statement is a personal mantra that's designed to shape your self-image, to improve how you see yourself. So let's go over some of the research. The research on the importance of self-image first appeared in a book written in the 1960s by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. Now, this book, it's called Psycho-Cybernetics, had these things to say about self-image that are really important for us to understand. Number 1, a person will not outperform nor will they underperform their self-image for long. I want you to think of self-image as like a thermostat. Wherever it's set, your motivation and effort and behavior is going to either kick on or kick off until it gets to that set point. So if your self-image is set low and your results are low, there's no reason for change, for any extra effort or motivation, because everything's in line. Now, the second thing Maltz said about self-image is that a person's self-image is dictated by how he talks to himself about himself. And the third thing is that most people have a very low self-image because of the normal negative self-talk that goes on in our heads, the perfectionist mentality. So how do we improve self-image? How do we make sure our self-image thermostat is set high? We have to be careful what we say to ourselves about ourselves. We have to be careful what we focus on. Now, this isn't about filters. It isn't about putting on rose-colored glasses. It's about what you choose to focus on. What aspects of who you are and who you want to be that you choose to focus on. Think about this. What if you curated your self-image in the same way that you curate your social media feed? This is what the identity statement's going to do for us. So here are some examples. I am relentless about staying focused on solutions. My happiness, health, and success are in abundance. I am healthy, confident, strong. I attack every day and I am unstoppable. I am full of positive energy. I experience true love every day and I'm mentally tough enough to handle anything that comes my way. So those are some examples, and you can use any of those if they resonate with you. But here's some guidelines for coming up with your own. Just jot down one thing personally and one thing professionally that you want to have. Keep it short and sweet, 3 sentences or less. And finally, I want you to use I am or I will language instead of I want to be. This speeds up the process of you achieving it. Just jot down a few notes on this. Use one of the examples if you don't want to come up with one on your own. You can always adjust this along the way. You don't need to get it perfect. Step 3 of the mental workout is called the Vision and Integrity Highlight Reel. It's the visualization. Now, visualization is the #1 tool in sport and performance psychology. So effective that, again, if you're not doing it on a daily basis, there's no way you're performing to your potential. Now, there are 2 parts to this Vision and Integrity Highlight Reel. The first part is called the Vision of Self-Image. Now, I walk you through creating this in detail in another video. So if you haven't created that, go back and watch that video and fill it in after this one. But if you have already created that vision of self-image, instead of visiting that 30-second visualization each day on its own, you'll now insert it here into your mental workout. Visualizing this 30-second vision of self-image reminds you of why you're putting in the work every day. The process is repetitive. It's boring. It's why most people quit. But reminding yourself of the why, of the vision, of the purpose keeps it meaningful. It keeps you aligned with your purpose. Part 2 of the Vision and Integrity highlight reel is called Integrity. This refers to what it takes on a daily basis to achieve the vision. So we're going to visualize the execution of those most important things on a daily basis. Quite simply, you're going to take 30 seconds to visualize the 3 most important things you need to do in the next 24 hours. So maybe this includes a workout, or making your proactive sales calls, or delivering a presentation, seeing yourself deliver it with confidence, being present with your family at dinner. Whatever the 3 most important parts of your upcoming day are that you want to practice executing with focus and confidence, that's what you're going to include. So let's review. So far in the mental workout, we've covered step 1, taking a centering breath. Breathing in for 6 seconds, holding for 2 seconds, and then out for 7 seconds. Then you recite your identity statement to yourself in your mind. And then you move to the Vision and Integrity highlight reel, where you take 30 seconds to visualize that vision of self-image, and then 30 seconds to visualize executing the 3 most important parts of your upcoming day. Now, step 4 is to simply repeat that identity statement one more time. And the 5th and final step is to finish with one last centering breath. All in all, this should take about 100 seconds. Just 100 seconds per day to train our brain for effective focus and maximum execution. So powerful that if you aren't doing the mental workouts consistently, again, there's no way that you're performing to your potential. Now, I can also promise you, money back guarantee, that if you commit to your mental workout, your life will be impacted significantly. And this may sound obvious, but if you don't do this, it won't work for you. And I say that because there are just too many things that we hear about or get excited about that we just don't end up executing on. Don't let this be one of them. Just try it for one day. See how your focus and motivation is impacted by starting your day with the mental workout. And let me hear about it or ask any questions in the comments.